Everyone, I'm Associate Professor Chrissy Fediara of the Griffith University School of Medicine in Australia. I'm also the president and founder of the OCI Foundation, an international NGO that is registered in both Nigeria and Australia. It's also the foundation that's behind the ArOY Youth Health Campaign, which is an initiative for Nigerian youths in the fight against breast and cervical cancers. This presentation is part of the overall set of modules that's been designed to train Nigerian teachers, particularly those in senior secondary schools that are involved with the rollout of the ArOY Youth Health Campaign across all senior secondary schools in Nigeria. This particular module talks about question setting, how to set questions on breast cancers. In the previous modules, we've looked at how to teach, what to teach, when to teach, and how to teach. Now, those teachings are supposed to be part of the curriculum, and we've talked about when to do that, the timings and all that. Now, after the teachings comes the questions, comes the examinations, comes the assessments. This module is designed to tell us how to set questions and how to do that for breast cancers. The next module after this will talk about how to set the same questions for cervical cancers. An outline here, we're going to look at the question settings on cancers, on breast cancers 1 and 2. There will be 2 different slides. Then we'll look at the sample questions, and then there will be quizzes. So this quiz is designed to help us make some practices and know exactly how to set these questions. Then the end. So on breast cancers 1, so the questions, just like with the teachings, breast cancer had about 5 different parts of it. The teachings must cover that. Same with the questions. So whether it's a midterm test or end of year exam or whatever exam, it must contain questions from all 5 aspects of breast cancers. So in that regard, it must cover the general knowledge. It must cover the risk factors. It must cover the symptoms. It must cover the screening measures, and it must cover the preventive practices. Now, all of this must be in that standard. So it's quite easy. So even if it's a midterm test, it does not take up all the slots for other questions in other subjects in the midterm exam. But these questions can come in as true or false questions, and it can include one question, true or false, covering these 5. That's enough. But just to make sure that the students begin to think about it and know, because they don't know where it's coming from, so they'll be forced to read all about it. Now, in reading all about it, even if it's just one question, it's enough. That's what we want. And remember, it's going to be repeated in first term, second term, third term when they're in SS1. And when they get to SS2, it's going to be repeated in first term, second term, third term. And when they're in SS3, first term, second term, third term. So you have about 9 opportunities. In fact, 18 if you count the midterm test and the end of year tests. So it's very important we know that this is a comprehensive program designed not to stress the teachers or stress the students, but also designed to be comprehensive at the same time. So again, on the question setting, so each test or exam or quiz must be balanced. So that's what I've just talked about. To be balanced, it must cover all 5 aspects that's been specified, all 5 of them. And these balanced questions must include, so you have options. You can do, it can be an exam test or quiz or midterm test. End of year exam. No matter what you call it in your school, it should be included. And it's only for civic education. I don't know if I've mentioned this before. It's been narrowed down to civic education, not biology, because civic education is the only course that's compulsory for every single student in Nigerian senior secondary school. Boys and girls, whether you offer sciences or arts, biology used to be that, but not anymore. So this is why we've chosen civic education, because we want this program to be compulsory for every student in Nigeria. The question pool is provided. So the OCI Foundation has provided a question pool for every school. So if you check with your school principal or with the coordinator of this ArOY Youth Health Campaign in your institution, in your school, they will show you the question pool. It should be in the library. So all you need to do is to use that as a guide. There are questions for every single part of breast cancer. Pick a question there and then ask. Now, we are not interested in finding out the best student in your class about the ArOY Youth Health Campaign. That is not our aim. It's not an academic exercise designed to find out who is the most intelligent. The program is designed to make sure every single student knows what to do. So it does not have to be very difficult. We've made it simple, true or false, but you can modify it as you wish. The questions can be adapted from the next slide that will come now. So questions can provide as a pool of questions, and then to see the question pool, in the text message after this presentation, you'll find a link you can click. So like I said, we're going to supply it to every school, but you can also download it straight from our website by following the link in the lesson text that comes after this video. Now, the question pool must cover all 5 aspects like I said. Each participating school will receive a copy of these questions, And these questions, keep in mind, they are only guides and can be modified by the school or teachers, but the content and the quality will be the same. We don't want you asking them numbers, how many people died in 2018, or how many people died, or how many people are going to die in 2025. No, that's not what we want. All we want them are those 5 measures we talked about, how to, the risk factors about it, the general issues about it, the screening measures about it, the treatment measures. So these are the things we want them to know, just basic things that will help them prevent these things. All right. So the formats can vary depending on the school. It could be by true or false questions. It could be by multiple choice questions. It could be open-ended. It could be to complete blanks. Now you can choose from any of these. It could be short essays as well, depending on how much time you have. We are very okay with true or false. It allows you to ask many questions within a short period of time. In fact, our trial questions are all true or false, but you can modify from them, but you do not have to create your own questions. You can modify the true or false in our question pool into any of these formats. So this is very important for us to know. It can be multiple choice, but you have to choose it from that true or false. It can be open-ended. We have to modify from the true or false pool that we've provided. You don't have to create your own questions from the textbooks. Very important, so that we do not distract the students from what they are in schools to learn. This is just designed to make sure they have the basic knowledge to help them survive these cancers. Very important, each school should adhere strictly to this pool of questions provided. Please. It is specifically designed to meet all the aims of the ArOY Youth campaign. Anything outside this probably will go beyond the scope of what we are offering. See, very easy, very simple. That's all how to choose your questions. This is the end. Thank you very much for listening. Let us all join hands to arm our youths. While they are young, arm all of them and arm them right now. Let's do this for our families. Let's do this for our states. And let us do this for our country. Thank you very much.